This story is called Where's Larry? Once upon a time there was a girl named Rachel. She lived in a nice little house with her brother and sister and mommy and daddy. But her favorite thing in the whole world was the big giant tree she called Larry. It was in their backyard, and it was the best part of the whole house. In the sunny summer, Larry would block all that sun and keep the house cool and provide lots of nice shade for her to play under. In the winter, Larry would be nice and beautiful with all sorts of snow sitting on the branches. In the spring, when the leaves were coming out, all sorts of birds would start making nests in Larry. And the squirrels would run around and have a lot of fun. They almost looked like monkeys swinging around in Larry's big branches. Rachel loved Larry. And the years went by, and she would play around Larry, and she would pick up his pine cones and just have a really great time. But one year, as she was getting older, Larry didn't get any leaves in the spring. This was strange. Rachel said to her, "Daddy, what happened to Larry?" "I don't know," said Daddy. "That's strange." And the spring went by and the summer started and still no leaves. So no birds came and no squirrels, only a woodpecker. Very strange. And it was kind of sad because all that great shade that Larry would create in the summer so that it was nice and cool to play, he didn't do that anymore because he didn't have any leaves. Rachel was sad. She couldn't play in the backyard as much because she would get too hot. But she was mostly just concerned for Larry. Was Larry sick? I don't know. Then one day, in late summer, she went out to check in on Larry, and he was gone. Completely missing. Nowhere to be found. "Oh no," she cried. She was distraught. Where did Larry go? How could he disappear? Larry, he's a tree. Trees can't move. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I don't see Larry. But she looked around and all the other parts of the house were there, and the yard and the garden and her neighbor's fence. But Larry was missing. She ran inside crying, "Oh no." And Mommy said, "What's wrong, Rachel?" And Rachel said, "We've lost Larry. We gotta go find him. We gotta go get a search party. Everyone get together. We gotta go find where he went." And Mommy said, Whoa. Larry was sick. You knew that, right?" "Yeah, I thought maybe he was sick, but that doesn't explain why he's gone. How could he just vanish?" And Mommy said, "Well, sometimes trees die. Sometimes they get sick and they die, just like people and just like animals. And Larry died. He got sick from all these little bugs that were eating him. And when a tree dies, it can't stand up anymore. And if a big gust of wind comes, it'll blow over. And Larry was so big that if he blew over, he'd crash through our house. And that wouldn't be good. We wouldn't want Larry's end to be the end of all of us. So we had to take him away. We had to take him and bury him, like all the other poor trees that died. And while you were at school today, the people came who took away the trees, and they took away Larry. But don't worry. we saved a seed from Larry, and you know what? We planted it. And if you go out there every day and water it, Larry's a baby tree will grow. And that made Rachel feel better. So she went out and Mommy pointed where the seed was buried. And she took good care of that little piece of dirt. She watered it. She made sure it got lots of sun. And after a couple weeks, a little tiny stem came out with a little tiny leaf. Yay! I'm going to call this one Larry Jr. And from that day forward, she protected Larry Jr. And just as Rachel grew up to be a big girl, Larry grew up to be a big tree again, Larry Jr. And eventually, after many years, Larry Jr. was as tall as Larry and doing the best job of any tree could. And by that time, Rachel was grown up and had kids of her own who got to play under Larry Jr. She always missed the first Larry, but she's happy to have Larry Jr. The end.